Sometimes, no matter how detailed and how much work I put into an outline, when it comes to actually writing the first draft, I can get very paralyzed. And so sometimes the solution to that is just to wait. Maybe I need to sit with the characters longer, I need to sit with the plot longer. But sometimes the issue is a change of medium, or like the solution is the change of medium. And so sometimes I might write by hand in a notebook, or I might write on a whiteboard. But 2 days ago, the solution was to open Procreate and write on my iPad. And I don't know why that worked. It's never worked before, but it worked 2 days ago. And I'm honestly very excited and proud of what I wrote. And so I'm not going to make a habit of this, but I want to read to you the very first draft, rough draft of chapter 1, which, mind you, is just this little. So, I didn't know how much space I would need, so I made it really small. I zoomed in a lot. But anyway, I want to read it to you because I'm very excited about it. And this is for my Mask, Moth Woman, and Jazz Singer romance. So the first chapter is from Charmaine's point of view. 2 minutes. Thank you, too. I set my blush down and attached the black tracks to my dress. This is the last night of the last show of the last planet of this contract, and I still don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I feel a tap on my shoulder and turn to face Morgan. You ready? She signs. I ball my hand into a fist and tip it forward twice like I'm knocking at a door. Yes. I may not be wearing a government-issued mask like she is, but I use sign language whenever possible in solidarity. I stand up from my vanity mirror, scraping the chair against the old tile in the process, and join Morgan in the clear space between my Z-rack and the private bathroom in my backstage suite. Morgan exaggerates her breathing to remind me to breathe, and then we begin. 17 jumping jacks. Not 16, not 18, but 17 exact, or my voice will crack. And somehow I can never tell if my breathlessness is from jumping in heels or the piercing eye contact Morgan holds with me as we do it. It took me a while to get... My handwriting is terrible. It took me a while to get used to having a moth woman as a bodyguard, to learn her body language and how to be a good front pack in a flight. You know, backpack on motorcycle, front pack in flight, because, Anyway, but something I've never gotten used to in the 6 months of our proximity is the way she looks at me, like she sees all of me, like she wants to eat me up, like I won't regret it if I let her. As we high-five and I adjust my hair in the mirror one more time, I finally face the one last that I'm not looking forward to. It's our last night together. If I sign the contract still sitting in my inbox, I will have a permanent stay on planet E26, Jupiter, and Morgan will go back to her home planet, Kansas, where she can speak and laugh and chitter freely, where the government isn't prejudiced and doesn't restrict beings out of fear and treat them like rabid animals. We leave my dressing room and Morgan follows me as I make my rounds on my way to the stage. I pass Curie, who opened for us tonight. I pass Nif and Max, who have cleaned up the feathers from the last act, and Julie in her white leotard, the lovely acrobatic that discarded said feathers. Each person gets their own handshake, a silent dance of camaraderie and energy we've perfected during the run of the show. Once I reach the wings, it's time for my second favorite moment of the night, and I'm grateful that the bittersweet feeling that sat with me over the last week has finally lifted. I cross my arms before grabbing onto Morgan's claws, stepping closer to her, and then letting her spin me. She dips me, and her feathered antenna twitch above me. And for a second, everything is right. The moment's quickly broken when the stage manager, Starcy, hands me my mic, but no matter, it's just an appetizer. Jamil's fingers dance over the keys of the piano on stage, and in the pit, Nikhil strums the jamar. The audience applauds as the San Francisco starlight is introduced. Then I step into the light and sing. I am so excited. So I decided a few days ago that they are on a different planet. And that was kind of like the breakthrough that I needed. because Morgan has a mask. But that's because, okay, so moths, they're chittering. Okay, so bats eat moths, right? But when moths chitter, it dysregulates the, like, oh, is it called echolocation? Like, how bats can find food is that they do that, ah, and then, like, where they know that the sound broke, that's where the food is. I think that's called echolocation, or is that for whales? Anyway, the point is that the chittering that moths make breaks that. So then the bats can't find the moths, and that's like a way that they protect themselves. Well, in this story, Morgan being a moth woman, the government, okay, so moths, when they chitter, it messes up with government surveillance. So that's why the government of this particular planet is requiring all moth people to wear masks. So, yeah, that was the breakthrough that I needed for this story, and I'm like, oh my god, yes. So so then I was like I felt like I was ready to write, and then I still couldn't do anything. Hold on, there we go. Okay, just making sure I'm signed into work. Anyway, I was ready to write, and I just could not type on the laptop, but somehow being in Procreate, I was able to get it out. And now chapter 2 seems scary, and it's like, I have to remember that, like, I've felt this fear before. This is not specific to the chapter, and so I've pushed through before. I can push through this chapter as well. So I want to work tonight, and I guess I'll make this a draft with me video, maybe. But I'm gonna do some life stuff too, I guess. It's been a week since Toledo's Romance Con, and my suitcase is still here on the front room floor. So I have promised myself that I will unpack this today, and if I unpack it, then I can get a sweet treat tomorrow. I don't know if that's gonna be, so there's this place called Detroit Cookie Company. Hold on. Oh, okay. I don't need this email. There's a place called Detroit Cookie Company, and they have the best cinnamon rolls, and they only sell them on Saturdays and Sundays. And then my sister, who's in North Carolina, she went to Crumble. Her and her boyfriend went to Crumble this week, and she said that there's like an either apple strudel or apple pie cookie that's amazing. So I'm gonna let my mom pick tomorrow, and we'll go get one of those sweet treats, but only if I unpack today. So I'm gonna unpack today. So you'll probably see that, and I will give you another update when I have something. I'm so excited. I've been avoiding that for an entire week, and it literally only took me 5 minutes. That's ridiculous. So I told this to Instagram, but I thought it would be fun to add it in here as well. I just read Yuled by the Orcs by Finley Fenn, and I also read, not Wrestling, what is it? No, is it Wrestling with Werewolves? Yeah, okay. Wrestling with Werewolves by Hazel Mack. And I was telling Instagram stories on my reader account. I was like, if you're wondering why I don't take arcs anymore, I just read an arc from 2023, which was Yuled by the Orcs. And there's absolutely, I love Finley Fenn down, girl, bad. Okay, I love Hazel Mack's writing. This entire series has been so good. But I was just, hello? Hello? Looking at me like I owe her money. Anyway, I love these authors and I was so excited to read their books, but 2023 started a huge book slump for me, and I just fell off the wagon with ARCs. And so I finally read them, and I also finally hit my goal of 30 books for the year, which is I'm very excited about. So now I get to read what I want. Oh, and also, I mean, like, it's not like I didn't enjoy reading the books I read this year, but like now I'm done with the 2 challenges I was doing, which was the diverse reading trope romance challenge and the sapphic romance challenge. I did 6 of each, and then I want to do the other half next year. But anyway, well, Sarah, I don't know if they'll come up with another one. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I wanted to do 6 of each, and I did that. And I also hit my goal. So now I get to read whatever the fork I want. So another ARC that I received that I did not read was King of Cups by Amy Kuvalainen. So today I want to read King of Swords. I want to start at the beginning and read all the way through the series because I don't know if the series is done actually. Hold on, let me check. I love the ending to the Tarot King so much. Okay, so it's the last one in the series. Oh my God, that's so exciting. So I want to read the first one, King of Swords. I want to read that today, or at least start it today. And then I can read all the way through the series. Oh my God. And then when I get done with that, okay, so hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm so excited. Okay, welcome to Storygraph. If you don't already have this app, you need to get it. It's so much better than Goodreads. Anyway, okay, so Asterion is the first book in the Court of the Underworld series by Alessa Thorne, right? And I've read these books multiple times, love them, they're great. Then it goes into the next series, which is the Gods of Duat, Set, Thoth, and Anubis. Love this book down. Love this. If I had to bring one book to an island, it would be this book. But anyway, so this is the next series. Like it's a shared world. So love these books, read them a million times, right? This is the next series, and I read Persephone already, which was kind of like a connector. And then we have Bellana and Laverna and Eris, and I haven't read them yet. And if you know anything about me, like I am the stan account for Alessa Thorne. If Alessa Thorne has no more like serious fans, I am dead and gone, buried 6 feet under. I love Alessa, and I have been waiting to read the series, and so I think I'm actually going to start at the entire beginning and read all the way through. Can I really make myself wait? I don't know, but I'm going to be reading Bellana, Laverna, Eris very soon. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do that, so I don't know if it's going to be by the end of the year, but like these are the next books on my docket and I cannot wait. And then I need to read the 3rd book in the Legendborn cycle because I haven't yet. Like, I'm so excited for my book reading journey in the coming months. Like, I have so many things that I have been waiting to read. I get to finish. I read Wrestling with Werewolves, but there's 2 or maybe 3 more books in that series. I think it's 8 books total, so I get to read the rest of that. Like, there's so many things that I can read now. I'm so excited. Oh my God. So, yeah, I'm gonna eat my breakfast and get into King of Swords. Speaking of which, so I'm on TikTok earlier today.
Keith Lee?
Yes, Keith Lee. Okay. So I'm scrolling on TikTok and he says his brother just got out of jail and so they're gonna go get Wingstop.
Uh-huh.
And I was thinking, wait, what if, okay, so I have that mafia idea, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, ooh, for the oldest son, it doesn't matter. My point is, what if someone went to jail and they didn't even do anything wrong, but like they were the fall guy, and now that they're out of jail, they want to go get revenge. And I was like, ooh. And and then I was at my granddad's house, and on the news they were like, this guy was in jail for a year and a half and we just found out that he's innocent. What's going on? Da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh, it's a sign.
We love a revenge story, honey. Write it.
Yes. Now the question is,
he's after the mafia people, so he's the big bad. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, it's Tuesday, and I want to give an update before things get too hectic. So last night I wrote with Ashley. Actually, let me start with that update. I wrote with Ashley at the time. I had about half of chapter 2, so I ended up finishing chapter 2, and I started chapter 3. I got all the way up to the conversation that's going to lead to the spicy times. So I got, I think like over 1,000 words, like maybe 1,300 words in total last night. But like I was working on, we started our call. Ashley was working on editing a YouTube video. My breakfast is in the microwave. And I was crocheting this blanket. I just wanted to finish the, sorry, the living room's messy. I wanted to finish the skein that I was on. Anyway, I was watching Ashley's YouTube video actually, and she was talking about how in one of our calls, we were looking at like panels, and I was like, oh snap, I need to start making my Midwest Bookish Fest like Bible, I guess. And so I was writing down the schedule, and I'll put a screenshot here. This is what my Saturday looks like, and I'm a little scared. I'm really glad that the first thing I have doesn't start until 10 o'clock. So at the very least, if I oversleep for some reason, I'm at least covered there. But, and then like, hopefully I can de-stress during lunch as well. But assigning to a panel, I'm probably not gonna make it to the masquerade ball until probably like 8:39. Just because like, okay, who's coming with me? I know my sister's coming with me. I don't know if my mom is coming with me. I don't know who all, as far as readers, I don't know who all is going. Actually, I think, no, Meg is not going. Erin is not going. So yeah, I need to figure out which of my friends is going, because I love a community shindig. And we have plenty of time on Sunday too to hang out, but I like to, like, Instagram has been so amazing, social media in general, and I've gotten to meet people from all over. And my point is that I would rather make the time to spend some quality time with them. I really need to go get my breakfast out of the microwave. But I really more so want to make time with them. So if someone wants to meet for dinner Saturday night or maybe Sunday, then I will plan that. But then this also gives me a good idea of like, what else can I do in the area? Because of course I like to always shop at least one indie bookstore when I'm in a new place, and this will be my first time going there. So I'm gonna get my breakfast, but I just wanted to give you a quick update, let you know what's going on. I did write last night. I'm on chapter 3. I have to write spicy times next, but I'm almost done. So yeah, we'll see what happens next. I swear, writing spicy scenes is the hardest. It is the hardest thing. It is the hardest thing. For me, at least for me, it's the hardest thing. But I've been writing like a few paragraphs at a time throughout the day. I ended up getting 969 words total, and I didn't finish but I got most of it. I got the foreplay, the conversations, the condom. Morgan is intersex, but she is a woman. But they use a condom. Actually, I wonder if they'll use. No, she doesn't need a dental dam. Duh. Okay, brain, come on. I do want to put that. I should make a note of that though. I do want to use a dental dam in an upcoming story. But anyway, I got all of that, and then like by the time I was like, I'm over it, dude. I just want to move on. It's really hard for me to write out of order, but I did put notes, and I'm like, it's just such a drag to me to write spicy scenes. Oh, I just want to. Anyway, I'm gonna leave chapter 3 where it's at right now. Chapter 4 is the morning after, and Charmaine is supposed to decide, is she gonna sign the contract or not? So they're gonna talk about last night and the feelings and things. And yeah, and then the epilogue is 1 year later. Excuse me. So what are Morgan and Charmaine doing? They are on Morgan's home planet, so Morgan does not have to wear a mask, and she can speak, and they can kiss, and all of. Is there a piece of hair? Anyway, so I'm gonna leave that where it's at. I filmed a video today of mythological Greek mythology Rex. So I will probably edit that tonight and tomorrow. And I'm gonna take a good day. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna take tonight and Thursday of a break and try to come back to this Friday. Or do I work with Ashley? I'm gonna have to consult the calendar. But for right now, that's my plan, is to take a break, breathe. You did most of the spicy scene. Whew, relax. Come back, start with chapter 4, hopefully try to get at least something for the epilogue, and then I'll go back and try to finish out the spicy scene, because I hate doing things out of order, but I feel like if I make myself finish, I'm going to procrastinate for at least a week, if not more than that. And I'm going to make it bigger in my head and harder in my head, more difficult in my head than it needs to be. So it's not something I normally do, but I'm going to try to skip ahead to chapter 4. So that's that. Hello from me in my bedroom where I'll be working tonight. Today is Saturday, so it's been over a week since I started this video. I think I planned for it to be like a week of writing, but whatever. I think I'm gonna stop this video when I finish the draft, so it'll be a draft with me, right with me. But I realized that I haven't really said much about like what I'm actually writing. So I thought I would take you through my Pinterest board real quick and show you. Whenever I'm getting ready to write, I like to go through my Pinterest board just to reacclimate myself with the vibes. So this is actually a perfect time to do it. So Charmaine is Black and Filipina. So we've got, and she's the jazz singer. So we've got Viola Davis. I'm pretty sure this is called a bolero. Which confused me for a minute because bolero is also a type of clothing in Mexican culture, but it's a different item. Just like different pictures of kind of like, what does she maybe look like? What's her, like spotlight, like persona? What does her like performance persona look like? And then we have Morgan, who is a moth woman. And so I grabbed a few of those. I thought this was cool too. But yes, so those are kind of the vibes. They are on a different planet. I think I discussed that. This is, the character pose thing that I used for, hold on. I don't know if I've actually shown it to you yet. Hold on. For this. So instead of a cigarette, she's holding a mic. but this is in Morgan's dreaming. And so like, because, you know, she's the bodyguard, so she's not really supposed to have, you know, interactions with her like this. So she's dreaming, and that's why, well, also I don't know how to draw claws, but I gave her, short fingernails so she can do things with them. Anyway, let's, oh, you know what? I can show you this too. So I really want to learn to move away from Canva, but in the meantime, I made what I think will be the cover of this story once I get the rights back. But yeah, I feel like this is a good, oh, this is my note to try a different font, a cursive font for my author name up there. But I wanted to see if I could make my own. I made Strawberry Kisses cover. I made that myself, and I was like, okay, let me see if I can, you know, do it for here. So this also, like, looking at this also kind of gets me in the mood, gets me in the thought process of like what, you know, like what's going on, what's happening, who my characters are. And it might seem kind of like abstract of like that. Like, to some people, it might be like, that cover tells me nothing. But in my head, I don't know. Like, in my head, I know it just makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. So I am just going to pull up my Google Doc now. And Ashley, I think she said she's going to be ready in like 10 minutes. And you've seen me type. I'm not going to show you me typing. That's going to get boring. But I will come back when the session is done probably and let you know how it went. So it's like 2:30 in the morning, and I just realized I forgot to give you an update, but I ended up finishing the draft. I'm so excited. Ashley and I kind of celebrated together, but yes, I finished the spicy scene. I wrote the next chapter, and then the epilogue is very short, but it's like, excuse me, 42 or maybe 4,300 words total. So a short epilogue is totally fine. But I'm done. Ha! I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I'm done with the drafting, which is the really, really, really hard part for me. But I'm also so excited because of what is next. I get to read through book 2 of the Desperately Depraved series one more time before I give it to my editor and then send it to her. And then I'm going to be working on a sports romance, frenemies to lovers, or kind of rivals to lovers, and I haven't written that before, and I'm so excited to do that. And yeah, just like, the world is my oyster. It's like that in-between project moment where it's like, ooh, I can do anything, is so exciting to me. And then you like pick something, and then you have to focus on it, and then when you're done, you come back to that stage of, ooh, what do I do next? And so like, yeah, I love that. So I'm watching Survivor right now because I slept for like 4 hours earlier today, so I'm not tired yet. And yeah, I think this is the end of this video. I think this is just write the first draft with me, and I've written the first draft. I'm so excited. I'm done. If you are working on a first draft, be encouraged. You can do this. If you're feeling like you need to keep procrastinating because you're just not ready to write, you know, on one hand, I say take your time, relax, like take a step away and breathe, because sometimes you need that. But also I would say, like, sometimes something seems so scary, like, oh my goodness, this is the same video where I was saying it took me like a week to unpack my suitcase, and when I finally did it, it was less than 5 minutes. I was recording, and I could see the time up here was less than 5 minutes. I was like, wow, I could have did that days ago. And it's like, that chapter or that scene that you're working on, it might seem scary, but it's like, just get in there and do your best. Just get words on the page. You can fix it later. Like, it might be scary, but it's not something you can't do. So I'm so excited. I'm so happy. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.